Court Justice Samuel Alito was secretly recorded on an audio tape by a progressive filmmaker posing as a religious conservative who asked him about healing political polarization and if it's a matter of, quote, winning. This has been lighting up social media today. In case our viewers haven't seen this, let's listen to this. Let's see how Justice Alito responded.
One side or the other is going to win. There can be a way of working, a way of living together peacefully, but it's difficult, because there are differences on fundamental things that really can't be compromised. So it's not like we're going to split the difference.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie, what do you think about that? I mean, he's basically saying we can't compromise. One side or the other is going to win here. Is that how a Supreme Court justice should?
No, I mean, it would seem to me that Supreme Court justices, when they deliberate, they compromise all the time, as they should. And I think his comments, when contrasted to Chief Justice Roberts, are unmeasured. Roberts was very careful in how he responded to these types of leading questions, and Alito was just at the very least very sloppy in his answers. But I don't know that it revealed a lot, other than the fact that Justice Alito has a very conservative viewpoint. I mean, that came across, but he shouldn't be necessarily articulating it in the manner he just did.
Yeah, and Maria, this filmmaker, Lauren Windsor, we should know she's the one who went out and did this. She went on to say this to Justice Alito. We put it up on screen. People in this country who believe in God have got to keep fighting for that, to return our country to a place of godliness. To that, Justice Alito replied, "I agree with you. I agree with you." Now, again, she was posing as somebody who was supportive of him, but she was able to extract some very notable comments, some pretty remarkable comments.
It is disturbing on so many levels, because he is in a position, and we already saw what he did. He was the one who wrote the argument that got rid of Roe v. Wade, and he used in it some arcane 18th century law that essentially said that women should be subservient, that we don't have the ability to make these decisions. And what he just said to Ms. Windsor, I mean, it reminded me of, I don't know if you all have watched, or if the audience has watched Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
That was Gilead. What he was describing.
There's one thing
terrifying.
Yeah, but there's one thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't want to jam the segment because there's other stuff I want to get to. But what's fascinating about this audio of Sam Alito is, and Charlie, you know this from these, confirmation hearings that make headlines up on Capitol Hill and the Senate when Supreme Court justices go through that process. They're so choreographed. They're so scripted. They're told what to say, what not to say, and they're very careful in answering all these questions. And here it's just like a few minutes of audio got probably more candor from Justice Alito than maybe we got during the confirmation process.
Yeah, I mean, I was just shocked by how unguarded he was.
Yeah.
Again, you're right. You watch these confirmation hearings, and they are so scripted. They are so careful not to say anything that might impact how they would have to rule on some matter before them. In this case, he just threw that all away. I guess he thought he was just talking to a friendly audience here, and was surprised by the recording. But again, he's gotten himself in trouble for a number of reasons now, just because he's not careful.
Yeah, and Maria, I do want to ask you about this. There's new video tonight of Rudy Giuliani speaking at a Christian event at a church.